My name's James and welcome to R&R, the show where I react to and review some of the latest and greatest music videos. Today, I'll be checking out a viewer-submitted song by KW666, and they reckon that I should check out Wired for Worthless by Citizen Soldier. Let's go.
Push you away, it's how I say I'm a little unstable, emotionless, like a machine. Can't feel a thing, with short circuits in my cables. My brain built by every memory of times that was not enough to me. The ones I need.
Very groove metal forward, with that sort of So already I'm instantly transported back to mid-2000s. You know, this is very much like Breaking Benjamin or Linkin Park, pop forward, heavy music with that sort of very light industrial feel as well, you know, with some of the more sound effects and use of synthesizers, which kind of feel more of like an afterthought production candy rather than, you know, something that is like from the top, from the get-go of the songwriting process. So musically, yeah, straight back to that era. Lyrically, obviously, from the title and everything that we're getting on screen, it definitely goes back to that sort of like very angsty lack of self-worth. It is all quite generic as well. So far, you know, this song, not for me. Not for me. It's not really giving me anything, you know, new. I would rather just go back and listen to Linkin Park or anything from that ilk, you know, even Breaking Benjamin, you know, they get a bit of flack, but they've got some decent songs and some that are a little bit more like experimental. This is just straightforward. I don't really find anything too compelling so far to listen to more.
React to kindness, every word of praise makes the system malfunction. Only hear the negative, cause each mistake is what feeds the combustion. My brain built by every memory of times I was vulnerable and pain that just proves I'm never worth the pain. What's wrong with me?
I will say, not a bad lyric video. Like, I don't really enjoy lyric videos. I find them generally pretty low effort, lackluster. But this is not too bad. I do wish the text style would change occasionally. Bit of a Disturbed-esque moment in there.
Love is a lie, hope is a hole, hatred is home. It's a part of me that I can't let go. I'm trying to be perfect, but I believe I deserve it. I'm trying to learn it, but I'm wired for life.
That wasn't too bad. Did catch me a moment there. I thought the song actually did end, which kind of would have been interesting actually, to end on the word worth rather than bringing back sort of the big heavy moment there. I don't know. just mix it up, do something different. It is just sort of a bit of a straightforward, heavy rock song with some metal influence, with some fun synth sample sounds in there. But yeah, it's honestly nothing that stands out. I think as well, when it comes to art or music that is trying to promote, sort of healthy management of emotions and healthy sort of mental health growth and all that sort of stuff. For me personally, I think the stuff that is a bit more direct and intense and, sort of tells it how it is the stuff which is the better stuff. This sort of thing, which is like, it's very broad. The lyrical style is very simple. It doesn't really catch you. It doesn't sort of like go, ooh, here's a really intense thing to actually think about and consider. It just sort of like says this thing that sort of rhymes well, and it's very lukewarm, I feel, lyrically. It's trying to be very serious, and it's trying to be something that could be used for, a mental health campaign. But yeah, to be honest, it for me, it's very lukewarm. It's very just okay. This is a band which I've never heard of before, I've never listened to before, so I did a very small amount of research into the band before listening to it, and my initial instinct was that this was most likely going to be a Christian metal or Christian rock band, and from what I can tell, that is the case, which again is not necessarily my style. Not that I don't appreciate, artists, musicians, bands that do write about their faith or are influenced by their faith, but I do also find that in the background of everything, there is this sort of, the machine, the religious machine that's sort of influencing and pushing this music forward to make it, quote unquote, successful. I will say as well, these guys are putting out at least 2 songs a month. And for the production quality, I'd have to check out some of their other tracks, but 2 songs a month for this production quality, again, that is very impressive, but at the same time, probably is going to lead to a lot of mediocre songs, but probably is easier having that sort of religious backing. I worked with a musician for many, many years who was a devout Christian, or is still a devout Christian, and he gave me some insight into some of the big mega churches and how they work and how their production teams work, and very, very interesting. I will say, when it comes to the numbers of things, Citizen Soldier, they've been around, from what I can see, for 8 years, and in that time they've racked up here on YouTube over 500,000 subscribers, which is pretty impressive. 428 videos, and most of their videos getting at least over 100,000 views. I am skeptical of how much of that is propped up from being a Christian band, but with some of their songs getting into the millions of views, 24 million views on Would Anyone Care, 18 million on I'm Not Okay, 8.4 million on If I Surrender. That is very impressive, and I kind of have to say that because I would be stupid not to acknowledge, massive achievement. But again, from what I understand, from what I know, I would have to do a lot more research and deep diving into, say, definitively, but I kind of do feel, there's some propping up here. And of course, even just from all of those song titles that I've said, I can kind of say that I think the message from this band is very clear from their song titles. Yeah, not really for me, this one. I am quite interested though, so KW666, if you're in the comments section, why did you recommend me this one? Why do you enjoy Citizen Soldier? And Why particularly that song as well? Why not one of their sort of bigger ones? I will say as well, you know, props to the band for having, you know, a very active comment section as well. As much as I sort of just bashed them for having pretty generic, bland lyrics, a lot of people are saying that they really connect with the lyrics, so that is a nice thing overall, I think. And if it helps people deal with their mental health difficulties, you know, assists them in getting the support that they need, then at the end of the day, that is overall a very positive thing. Anyway, I think that's it from me in this one. Let me know, what are your guys' thoughts on Wide for Worthless by Citizen Soldier? And what should I check out next? As I said, you know, this was a viewer submitted song, so I'm very much open to checking out songs that you suggest, so let me know in the comments down below. But with that all said, if you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and you'll catch me in the next one.